Well, it was 6.5 hours of absolutely pulsating adrenaline action. And just like 2025 has been all about viral trends, towards the fag end, we also saw one table bang yet again. Because after at the end of the first 13 rounds of the World Blitz Championship, Arjun Erigaisi has shown that yes, if the Gandhivam is on top form, you can ensure that there is success because after 13 rounds, Arjun Erigaisi is in the top bracket with 10 points. He is level with Maxime Vachier-Lagrave and Fabiano Caruana. And the key highlight in this particular session has to be Arjun Erigaisi beating Magnus Carlsen. Now, Arjun Erigaisi actually was pushing the initiative and Magnus Carlsen kind of got into time pressure. It was so unlike Magnus Carlsen to get into time pressure. But then what happened towards the end? He made a blunder. He then dropped one of his pieces. He tried to retrieve it, but then he ran out of time and he banged the table in frustration. Now, two Indian players, two table bangs. Many people are wondering, has this new Indian crop gotten to Magnus Carlsen? Because see, he lost in a similar position. He lost to Gukesh in the Norway chess tournament when he was in time trouble and he made a blunder. Now, against Arjun Erigaisi, who's shown his mettle in Blitz, if you want to have an answer for who is our two best players in Blitz and Rapid currently, it is Arjun Erigaisi and Praggnanandhaa. And because of that, Magnus Carlsen banged the table and he was just not happy. But then, in the game that he played against Fabiano Caruana, Magnus Carlsen blundered again. There was a rook blunder, and because of that, it ensured that Magnus Carlsen would lose two games, and that is why he's still on 9 points. He's just a point behind the leaders. That is his greatness. He wins, but he loses, but then he doesn't accept draws at all. And that is the reason why Magnus Carlsen truly is still in with a contention. Because remember, 13 rounds have ended today. Tomorrow there will be 6 rounds. And the top 4. Now you have to understand that this is the way how it will go on. Tomorrow 6 rounds. Whoever finishes in the top 4 play the semi-final and then the final. It's as simple as that. Now, there are so many people on 9.5. There are 6 players on 9.5, but there are so many, more than about 10 or 12 that I can count who are on 9 points. Prag is on 9. Gukesh is on 8.5. If you want to look at it, who was the player who outperformed everybody else? It was Goutham. Goutham, for a 2,300 ELO rating, put on a performance that was close to 2,800. That was his brilliance. So that is why Goutham Krishna at this point, he's there in the top bracket also. So that is why this is truly a remarkable thing. There's even Pranesh who's there. Both the Pranav Venkatesh and Pranav Anand, both started well, but then they also slid down somewhere down the path because you have to remember the Blitz format is so brutal. One slip up and you will keep on going down and down unless you are a Magnus Carlsen, because Magnus Carlsen managed to ensure that despite the losses to Arjun Erigaisi and Fabiano Caruana, he managed to still stay in that list. He's 11th currently, but he's only a point behind. And there is Daniel Dubao, there is Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, there's Fabiano Caruana. Don't forget, there's also Ali Reza Firuza, Javokir Sindara, who very well have a chance. So tomorrow, when you have to look at it, it's going to be very interesting because 6 rounds remain, top 4. But if you look at it from 1 to 25, or even if you say 1 to 20, they are all separated by 1.5 points. And that is why any kind of a slip up will be catastrophic for any of them. Now, is Magnus Carlsen out of contention? No, he isn't. Is Praggnanandhaa out of contention? No, he isn't. Is Gukesh out of contention? It's difficult. Let me be very honest about it. It's not that easy. But today, Arjun Erigaisi and Goutham Krishna have shown that, yes, they are the stars in the World Blitz tournament. And remember, Arjun won the Rapid event. And also, Goutham Krishna, when you look at it, he also beat Hans Niemann. So that's why this is a great thing that we have seen today in the final days. Tomorrow is the final day of this tournament. And if you have to look at it somewhere, Arjun Erigaisi is dispelling that notion. Can he win the Blitz title? Because remember, no Indian in this current format has won the World Blitz title. You had Humpy and Vishwanathan Anand winning the Rapid tournaments, but not the Blitz. As far as the women's section is concerned, the only good performance that we have had is Divya Deshmukh. Koneru Humpy is way down in the 50th or 60th position. That's all I can remember. Vaishali Ramesh Babu, Harika Dronavalli also tried. So, the big news from the women's section is that most likely the final spot in the women's candidates will go to Bimbisara Asuboyeva. Harika Dronavalli had a chance, but Harika, in order to qualify for the candidates, she needs to win the World Blitz title. But looks like it is not going to happen, and Bimbisara Asuboyeva will actually ensure that she gets the final candidate spot. So that is why this is going to be a big, big thing. Now I'll take a couple of comments. Anshuman Swain is saying, great chance for Arjun to qualify for top 4. If Arjun Erigaisi doesn't qualify for the top 4 after the performance that he's at today, then I'm sorry, it will impact his confidence in a big, big way, because you've managed to beat Magnus Carlsen. Not a mean feat by any stretch of the imagination. And Tushar Maskara saying, Magnus also hung a rook over Fabry, truly unreal, though I still believe he'll qualify for top 4 anyways. I will never, ever, ever count Magnus out. Never. Even if he loses 3, he can still win 5 or 6 in a row and qualify. Look at what happened, because if you had followed the World Rapid, Tushar, he lost the game to Artemiev, but then he bounced back and won 5 in a row, and he managed to win the title with 1 whole point. That is the brilliance of Magnus Carlsen. That's why. What do you think? Prag has a chance to qualify for the top 4. Yagya Krishna? Tough. Very tough. Because Praggnanandhaa at this point in time, he has to ensure that he wins all the games. But you have to also understand that those ahead of the pack will also be winning or losing or drawing. So that's why to catch up in the top 4, unless one of them has a disaster, say in Fabi or MBL or Daniel Dubov, then I think it's difficult for Praggnanandhaa. I think he'll curse his luck for the way that he started quite slowly. Anshuman Swain is saying Prag is also appointment. So yes, Kushagra Sharma is saying 7 Indians in top 20. That's great. High chance of qualifying. But then remember, only 6 rounds remain, Kushagra, and that is the thing. Once you are 1.5 points ahead, it becomes difficult then to catch up, because everybody will be playing each other in the Swiss format, and that's why it's a bit tough. Magnus blundering a full rook against Fabi, huge shock. Yagya Krishna, yes. But okay, question to all of you guys. Which table bang was the most satisfying? The loss to Gukesh or the loss to Arjun? You can tell us now at this point. Tushar Masa, Arjun is probably the best Indian player right now overall, but he messes up in crucial situations every time. Oh, don't tell me. I mean, I had such high hopes from Arjun Erigaisi in the Chess World Cup, but then he just could not do it at that time. Rahul not Dravid. After 19 grueling rounds, no incentive for Topper is little injustice. Topper should have been your direct entry to final below them fighting us. No. I love this format. I love it. You are not assured of the top spot until the very last round. That's why you need 19 rounds. So that is why I think this format works better. And remember, those who finish at the top necessarily need not win the title. So that's the thing. Ashna N3I is saying, grueling day for players, but great watch for viewers. Hope Arjun wins the Blitz. High time he wins a major for all consistent great performances. I hope so too, Ashna. I really, really hope so. Tushar Masara, Goutham Krishna is fine to the tournament, truly unbelievable. I mean, look at his performances. He had a live performance rating of 2,770 and he's at 2,300 ELO. Truly, Tushar Maskara, Goutham Krishna is the find of this World Blitz Championship when you look at it. So, Abhay Singh is saying only Magnus has a chance. I don't disagree with you with that at all. Magnus can do it, and don't be surprised if he wins the World Blitz from here on also, because you have awoken the beast. The beast has lost 2 games today. Very, very rare, in the rarest of rare situations. So that's why GOAT. If he wins from here on and if he continues in that sense, it's going to be very, very interesting. And Ashna, Magnus slams table 1 against Guki, 2 against Arjun, 3 loading against Prag or Vidit. Well, let's hope so. Soumyadar, Gukesh table bang. Of course, Anshuman Swain. That was sweeter because you beat him in his own Sentinel in Norway. Chess Pawan R2 I think Sindara will be favorite for me to win candidates. I also predicted him winning World Cup. I like his game style. since his performance against Hikaru and Magnus in freestyle. You know what, Chess Pawan? I agree with you. I think the guy who is a consistent all-round performer in any format, be it rapid, blitz, freestyle, classical, it is Javokir Sindarov. And Sindarov, trust me, I think he will, if he wins the candidates, then I think he might become your world champion. I will go ahead and say, if Sindarov wins the candidates, it's big trouble for Gukesh because Sindarov, his all-round game is so good. That is the thing. Lost to Gukesh. Yeah, Dubov was unbeaten until round 13. I mean, Daniel Dubov again. It's truly remarkable. Magnus reaches a knockout, he will win. Now by saying, of course, of course. See, bigger the occasion, bigger the beast. Abhishek Meena, Magnus such a meme player. I love him. You mean meme or mean? But yes, I understand the sentiment, the table bang, but he maintains such high standards. Remember, he could win the World Rapid and World Blitz together for maybe the fourth time, if I'm not mistaken, if that happens. So, Rahul not at Raunak Sadhwani also performed very well. Magnus' expressions after blundering Rook and Swavi is also exciting to see. Yeah, he jumped back and I'm like, what? What did he just do? But if you have a ELO rating of 2,881 in Blitz and you blunder such a position, well, questions will be asked, and that's why it's quick. SL, Goutham Krishna, Dark Horse, Ajmal Gan is saying, yes, I think even Gautam, but unfortunately, when you look at it, SL kind of blundered in one game, and that's why I think he had to go in that sense. And Abhishek Meena, Magnus and Arjun, my goat. True. And Yagya Krishna, Yu Yangi, Lu Shangle, Bu Jiangxi, these Chinese are performing quite well. I mean, China has always performed. I mean, if you look at it, great players when you have to look at it in the rapid, classical section. Look at the dominance that they have in the women's section. Tan Zhongyi, Zhu Jiner, all of them. And then looking at even the men's section, Wei Yi and all of them, they're all very, very powerful. And remember, Wei Yi is part of the candidates at this point in time. So that's going to be very, very interesting. So yes, today, the final, the 13 rounds are over. You're now in the business end. 6 rounds remain, and you will see how this pans out. Remember, top 4 make it to the semifinals. The rest are eliminated. The top 4 will then play for the prestigious World Blitz title. Can Arjun Erigaisi win the World Blitz title and become the first Indian to win it in this particular format? So that's why it is. What is your dream final, Abhishek Meena? Oh, tough one, yaar. Tough. Okay. Magnus versus Arjun Erigaisi. The Gandhivam versus the GOAT. Why not? Why not? That would be my dream final. And it is like, what do I say? My loyalties will be split because I love Arjun Erigaisi. I love the way how he does it. But Magnus, I wish I had a brain like Magnus Carlsen. I really wish I had. And Arjun versus Magnus, Anshul, that's what I said. Predict top 4. Ooh, that's tough, yaar. Yagya Krishna, top 4. Okay. Arjun Erigaisi, Fabiano Caruana, Magnus Carlsen, Javokir Sindarov. That's the thing. Okay. Anshu, I think it's the problem across YouTube. Even many other study channels also stopped. Yes, there is a bug that is going around, Anshu Mishra. There is a back-end issue in YouTube. So apologies, we couldn't do the dugout at this stage. Yup, same GOAT versus today's Arjun versus Magnus, Abhishek Meena. Yes, that's the thing. And top 4 predictions, Arjun, Magnus, Dubov, MVL. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, Anshuman Swain. I would go that far and say, yes, I think very much this will be, although I think Fabi's found his groove. That's why I think Fabi might make it. So tomorrow at 4:30 p.m., the final conclusion, the final day of international events in the world of chess will conclude. World Blitz Championship is reaching its crescendo tomorrow. And epitome of positive, Arjun, Firuza, Magnus, Javokir / MVL. Yeah, I won't count out Firuza, but then that's the problem. Raunak Sadhwani finished R13 with 9 points. But then again, I think Raunak, if he doesn't perform well, I think he might struggle a bit. So let's hope. Let's hope we see two Indians in the top 4. At least we'll have one Indian in the final. Let's hope that happens. So in that sense, 6 games, 4 points to Arjun, 5 points to Goutham, 14 points, and plus will be top 4. Well, Ajmal, see, Everything will be done on the Buchholz tiebreaker. I really have given you an explanation of what is the Buchholz tiebreaker, and you can also read the article in India Today that I've done. So that's the thing when you look at. So Rahul Mahaba, Gukesh really has to improve. See, it's been a disastrous 2025. Let's make no mistake about it for Gukesh. I think someone from all those nines, Ashna of today, might end up in top four. Yeah, I think I've rated Sindarov. Sindarov might be there. Arjun, Magnus, Dubao, Sindarov top four. Five Indians in top 16 or separating 1 point to the topper just for one. That's why it's going to be super duper interesting. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live update. Subscribe to Sports Today, and Epitom is saying because Firuja already played against Magnus, Sindarov, Arjun, MVL and all. Yeah. But 6 rounds are still remaining. Tomorrow it's a fresh day. Who comes out fresh? I am predicting a Magnus Carlsen surge tomorrow. So that's why let's see how it goes. So thank you so much, folks. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.